We love talking about the Iowa arts here in our community and all the amazing things that seem to pop up and collaborations that form. And one of those includes Iowa Stage, who has a new umbrella of amazing things going on. So very excited to have Matthew McIver joining us this morning from Iowa Stage to talk about Second Stage now. What are we talking about, sir?
Thanks so much for having us. Well, Second Stage is our new program to help support other artists, production companies, groups in the community who are interested in putting on their own presentations, presenting their own shows, it could be any kind of thing. It could be improv, it could be theater, it could be all kinds of different arts. But we wanted to find a way to coordinate the support that we want to try and give other organizations outside of our main stage theater series, which is going to be at the Stoner Theater this fall, outside of our Scriptease play reading series, which are our two main focuses in terms of our own productions. Second Stage is a way for us to bring together under one roof all the other organizations that have come to us and said, hey, can you help with this? Hey, can you help with that? And we're incredibly excited that the first production we're going to be partnering on is with King Monroe Productions, which is led by one of our own resident artist company members, James Serpento.
Okay. Why was this important? Obviously, you said people are coming to you and saying, can you help us? Because you guys are obviously doing something right and being successful. But you have so much, A Doll's House Part 1 and 2, you know, Scriptease. You got a couple things going on.
We got a few things going on.
Why Second Stage? Why was this important right now?
One thing is that we wanted to find opportunities for folks that are to give our artists in our resident artist company and those that they work with opportunities outside of our main stage series. So we have our 6 shows at the Stoner Theater this fall, plus Shakespeare on the Lawn at Salisbury House. We have Scriptease, but we wanted to find an opportunity to give folks who aren't in a show right now or who have other projects that maybe don't fit under one of those umbrellas. And this is a great example. James Serpento's Private Passage, a wonderful script that he co-wrote with Louise Bielecki, was in our Scriptease series this past year. James wanted to produce it. He was excited about directing it. I'm excited for folks to see it. And we're excited to be able to find a way to help that happen, that rather than just saying, well, it's not one of our shows, we can't do anything for you. We want to find ways to support and encourage the arts all throughout the community and to support folks at all levels in their progress and in their careers. James is an incredibly seasoned artist, producer, writer, and we're incredibly excited to be able to bring Private Passage to the Come and Go Theater this coming week.
And I'm excited that you're introducing us to new companies that maybe we didn't realize existed. For example, King Monroe, and that's why Kathy Helstern is joining us this morning. You're part of King Monroe. Tell us about this wonderful company.
Well, we are an entertainment company. We focus on telling stories and shedding light on, much the same as Iowa Stage does, on artists who don't have a large box to stand on, who don't have a megaphone. We've done some publishing work for new writers, and then we have a lot of properties like Private Passage that have come to us through James's work with other artists. And there are things that we want the world to see that need to be seen, but without the backing of a lot of money, a lot of times that's difficult to do, and you need help from the community to use their resources that they've already got in place.
I love this. Okay, so tell us about Private Passage. So we need to know everything about this so we can get as many people there as possible, because that's the other point.
Private Passage is a wonderful show that focuses on the very difficult topic of reproductive rights. It was written, what we were talking about, almost 30 years ago, and it's frustrating to think that it's something that we still need to talk about. It's been updated a little bit so it doesn't feel old, but it's a show that delves into this issue with some reality, with a little bit of absurd comedy, kind of all rolled into one. It asks you questions that it makes you go home and answer for yourself. It's an excellent show, and the cast we've put together is incredible. They've embraced the style of the show, and they tell a story that you will walk away from questioning your own feelings. We all probably know where we stand on an issue, and this show it made me, when I read it, step back and really ask myself why I think the way I think about things, and I think it does that for everyone, no matter where you fall.
And can I just say, when we did this in our Scriptease play reading series back in last September, this is a play that, as Kathy was saying, is tremendously creative. It covers all kinds of, there's clowning, at the same time there's incredible drama. People literally cried, literally laughed, and at the end of it, I think everyone was moved, as Kathy was saying, to think about this potentially political topic in a really personal way. It tells a story of this young girl who's dealing with a difficult situation and follows how it just goes from bad to worse in the way that so many great plays do. But it's an amazingly well-written play. And I have to say, what Kathy said about the cast, when I saw who James had in this cast, I was jealous as a director that he was going to get to play with those folks. And he is such a talented director himself. I cannot wait to see the show. Previews tomorrow night, opens on Wednesday, and only runs for 3 performances.
Right.
So folks have to move fast to see this
Get
one.
in there.
See what
It's
it's
done
about.
Friday.
Yes,
right?
yes, we're done
So-
Friday. So get your tickets and get out there.
Get it. Okay.
Don't miss it.
Isn't that the beautiful thing about the arts and theater? How you can
Yeah.
show the gamut of emotions and put something that's so kind of raw and something people don't always want to talk about right there on center stage. Okay, so only 3 performances. You need to go see this. Where are we seeing this production?
We're at the Come and Go Theater at, what is that, 901 Cherry,
Yep.
and you can get tickets via Tickly, TIKLY.co, Tickly.co. Just search Private Passage, and it'll come up all 3 of the nights, and the preview will pop up, and you can get your tickets there. It's $10 for the preview, $20 to see it. It's not even that big of a financial
It's
commitment.
like going to the movies.
It's like going to the movies.
Lion King has enough money. Come down to the
I like that.
Good point. That's a great point.
We want to draw everybody's attention. So Tickly.co, because since this is Iowa Stage under a new umbrella of Second
Correct.
Stage, where do we need to go for tickets? Tickly.co.
Tickly.co.
Best place
That's
to go.
correct.
If you Google or if you put in the search Private Passage, you will not miss it. I checked it out last week. It's very, very simple, but go there. But again, if people want more details, maybe they want to reach out to you because they have great ideas with Second Stage.
Absolutely.
How do they do that?
My contact info is on the website. Anybody can reach out to me. Sean Wilson is going to be coordinating our efforts for Second Stage, and I will put folks in touch with Sean. But yeah, we're on the website, mmciver@iowastage.org, MMCIVER at iowastage.org.
There you go. There's Iowa Stage's website. You can
Yeah.
always go there to find out the latest and greatest, and they have exciting things coming up in a brand new season. But in the meantime, they created a new entity known as Second Stage. Check out what this is all about. Be a part of it, and you can do that starting as soon as Wednesday with Private Passage.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow for the preview.
And tomorrow for the preview,
preview.
if you want to get in early. All right. Thank you both for joining us
Thank you
today.
so much for having us.
Incredible things are happening in the world of theater and the arts here in our community. Please get out and support. You're watching